Mm. Mm. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. All righty, righty, righty. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? It is 7 o'clock. Where is everybody? Good morning, Doris Brown. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for being here this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is September 16th and the year is 2024. Just in case nobody knows or can remember, that's the date and the time is 7:01 and it's Monday. Magnificent, marvelous Monday. Monday, Monday, Monday. The day that comes after Sunday before Saturday. And Friday is the start of another beautiful day and an awesome week. Yes, 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 yes. I'm telling you. And what a weekend it was. It was, it was, it was. It was quiet. Well, it wasn't quiet. And it was eventful. Oh, excuse me. And it was tiresome. But it was okay. It was okay. I made it through. I made it through. So, Doris, how was your weekend? Prayerfully, you had a beautiful weekend. You ready to start your Monday and the rest of your week on a good note. I thank you for being here, and I thank you for that one person that's up this morning doing whatever it is, getting ready for work, getting the children or the grandchildren ready for school, or just up with me this morning, having a cup of coffee and just wanted to listen to morning conversations this morning. I thank you for being here as well. I ask that you hit the like and the share button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. If you are, just hit that like and share button so I can get up there in the algorithm, as they say, to reach more and more people. Um, the weekend was awesome. In a sense, it was. Friday, I went and worked out a little bit. My first day with a trainer, so I'm planning on either going later on this afternoon, and I got to get my body used to using muscles that has been laid dormant for a long, long time. And Friday, I didn't really give my body time enough to hurt because after leaving the gym, went to Dollar Tree, went to Ross, TJ Maxx, and all those stores and stuff, and went to Publix. So I was just moving around. And then when I get home, I'm still moving around. Thank you. Thank you. I love doing them for the most part. I do. I love doing them. I like to interact with people. And my weekend was hectic. It was, well, Friday was because I really didn't get any sleep Friday. Had to be up early Saturday morning to catch the bus to go to Georgia to my pastor's excuse me, mother's funeral. So didn't really get any sleep at all. Slept a little bit, had to be at the bus by 3:30, and the bus supposed to have left at 4 o'clock. So we get to the church by maybe 10, 15 minutes after 3, no bus in sight. My thinking is when you charter a bus and the stipulations and instructions, be there by 3:30. The bus is leaving at 4. So I am thinking when I get to the church, the bus is going to be to the church, and all you got to do, wait for the rest of the people to come. And by the quarter after 3, you're loading the bus and get on the bus. 4 o'clock, we're heading out. 4 o'clock. That wasn't so. When we got there, the bus didn't get there till 3:55. By the time we pulled out, it was like 4:10, 10 after 4. So now everybody got to get settled on the bus, and there's a lot of chatter. Before we leave, we have a prayer, safe travel and all that good stuff. Ooh. So it was enough, just enough people on the seat that some people could have a seat to themselves, and I was one of the lucky ones that had a seat to myself. So I was somewhat comfortable, but it's never comfortable for me traveling on a bus, and that was one reason why I got a credit card so I can rent me a car whenever I want to go out of town because I can't stand if I got to go somewhere and it's going to take me from 8 to 10 hours to get there. I prefer to fly. I'd rather be uncomfortable for maybe an hour or so and get there, or 2 hours at the most and get there. I can't stand being cooped up with a lot of people for a long time. But anyway, we made it there safely. The funeral was at 11, and we got there around 10, maybe 10 minutes after 10. That gave us time to get dressed and, um, do whatever else we were going to do, stand around and talk, sit around and talk, and wait for the funeral to start. And we were in a little, I guess Thomasville is small. We just went to one part, the little place, and like little country churches and stuff like that are so cute, so cute. And I think we took up half of the church on one side, everybody that came, because it was a lot of us that came, and the family. And she was an older woman, and I have a friend that works for a funeral home, and I was saying, I thought it, about her being so old, I thought there would be a lot of people there. And she explained, she said, when it's an older person like this, most of their friends have died. And, now it's mainly the family and, some people from the church. But that's what it was, the family and a few people from the church and us. And the pastor was really happy for the support. He really appreciated the support of his church. And she was put away really nice, and she was loved. Oh my God. She was loved by her children and by her grandchildren. And by her cousins and stuff like that. And just to hear the love, each person that came to talk had a story about how this lady was, how Miss Juanita, her personality. Um, and it was amazing. And I just said, I can only hope that my children talk of me like that, and the people lives that I have touched, they talk about me the way that she was talked about. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful service. The pastor, he eulogized his mom. He did the service. Our choir sung, our ushers ushered. We did what we do. Um, and it was surprising to a lot of people because, you have a with your pastor, you have a relationship with your pastor. And sometimes it's a love, and I don't like to say the word hate, but that, it's a love-hate relationship because in a sense he has charge over our lives. God has charged him with that. And there should be some sort of allegiance and respect that goes along with that on both ways. And I can tell you, if you call my pastor, which I have called him, like 5 o'clock in the morning, he pick up the phone, and whatever you're going through, he will walk you through it. And if he need to be there, he would be there. If it's you got to have surgery, and you go into surgery at 5 o'clock, and you got to be to the hospital at 3 o'clock, he is there to give you a word of comfort, to ease, to usher out that fear and usher in the peace, the serenity, of God. And he's just, he's there. And like I said, my pastor and I, we have a admirable relationship because at one time we did not care for each other. And I tested his pastoralship. I really did. And as I can say now, he is my pastor, and I love him as my pastor, and I love him as a brother in Christ. And I like to think that I am loyal to my pastor. I like to think that I not only am I loyal to my friends, I am loyal to my pastor as well. And the bus ride there, it was fun, laugh, talk, and after a while the bus is quiet, everybody is asleep, um and we had this bus driver, and we were joking because the further up Florida we got, the weather got really bad, and I don't know, the bus was swerving, and I don't like putting my life in other people's hand. And that's why, I used to ride the bus going to Tampa all the time. And I have a fear of bridges, of tall bridges. And the bridge in St. Pete, the Skyway Bridge, is a tall bridge, and they rebuilt the bridge after a real terrible accident where a ship hit the bridge, and a lot of people died. Quite a few people died, and ever since then, I have always feared that bridge. And there's a bridge, I think it's in Virginia. Is it in Maryland, Virginia, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge? Oh, that has that tunnel. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just have a fear of bridges and I live in Florida, and I don't understand large bodies of water when I'm surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the Gulf of Mexico on the other side. And I live pretty much near the water myself. But anyway, I do have a fear of bridges, and I always stop when the bus driver. I say, I always ask the bus driver what type of day you're having. Are you good? Because I want to know if you feel like doing something to yourself, you're gonna go and might go over this bridge. All us going over the bridge, and is that just too much water to try to drink? So that was the reason why I got me a credit card, so I can rent me a car that I can avoid going across any large bridge, high bridge, long bridge. I just can't stand that. And I have to go across a bridge to get to where I live. Where I live, I have to go across the bridge to get to church, to go across the bridge, to go to the beauty supply store. We have stores over here that you can shop. We have the Targets, the Publix, the Walmarts, and the Ross, the TJ Maxx. We have all those stores. But however, when you want to go to Macy's and Dillard's and J.C. Penney and you know um Saks, all those stores, you got to cross the bridge to get to them. So um I'm glad we didn't have to cross no bridge, and I'm glad the bus driver, was feeling somewhat good. But it was a nice ride going, and when they changed drivers in Ocala, because it's 12 hours was his time to drive was over, and we got this other bus driver. And I'm telling you, that man got us home. He got us home. The funeral was at 11, and it was over about like what 12:30, 1 o'clock. So that gave us time to sit and eat and to mingle, to change clothes for the prepare ourselves to ride back home. And I tell you, some people, children are so undisciplined, and this little boy just ran up and down the aisle, up and down the aisle, up and down the aisle from the time we left Ocala to the time we got back home. And it just got on my nerves because I don't like unruly children. I, and she didn't do nothing. It's like the whole bus was babysitting this little terrible child. But anyway, that's not neither here nor there. So, my weekend was pretty good. Saturday, I spent most of the day in Georgia, part of the day in Georgia, and the rest of the time on the bus, going or coming home. So when I got home Saturday night, I was fit to be tired. And all I can do, was just say, Lord, I'm just so tired. And my body began to really hurt from the workout Friday, from sitting on that bus Saturday, and from walking around, doing a little walking Saturday, getting back on the bus, and mainly from sitting. And Sunday morning, when I woke up, my body, the mind was willing, but the body was not. So I had to be obedient to my body and just lay there and just lay there and just lay there. And that's what I did yesterday. I was in bed all day yesterday. I slept for most part of the day. And I got up and moved around. My body was so sore, just aching, aching, aching. But this morning, I thank God for grace and mercy this morning. I thank God for the pain that is not as bad as it was yesterday. I thank God I'm able to get up and move around and have morning conversations, just to have just being this morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I choose to enjoy the day. I choose to be happy in the day. I choose to have peace within the day. I choose to take my time, but not to waste my time. So there's nothing that I'm in a hurry to do. Going grocery shopping when I get off. Get off. I like to go get that out the way early morning. Nobody really is in the store. Walmart's the shelves are stocked. I think the fruit is the freshest, so I might take a chance and get fruit from Walmart instead of going to Publix today. Um, gonna do did a little bit of reading out of a book called what is it, 100 essays, 101 essays that would change the way you think. It's a pretty good, it's by Brianna West. It's a pretty good book. There's another book that I am interested in getting, and it's by Sarah Jakes, called The Woman Evolved. And I'm going to start by doing my reading about encouraging and uplifting things and God-like things, because what I'm seeing now in the world, and good morning, Carrie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What I'm seeing now, not only out in the world, but out in social media, if you're not in tune with yourself and if you're not tuned into God, you can get easily just swept away and caught up in what's going on in the world, because the world seems like it is doomed to hell. And then you see stuff. Good morning, Miss Bugs. Thank you for being here as well. And then you look on social media and it's like, yeah, 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 on social media. And it's just so much going on, and your mind can only take so much. And if you are a fragile person, you could get caught up and you get swept away in all this mess, that's really going on. And so this morning when I was reading, I didn't read Saturday, so I went back and I read what was going on, for Saturday, and it was talking about conflict. confronting conflict. And I am not a confrontational person. I don't like conflict. I don't like to. I don't like confrontation. I don't like conflict because I'm not good with confrontation. I'm not good with conflict. I um before I will confront someone, I would have to pray and ask God to give me the correct words, give me the correct terminology, and using those words that I need to use, that I don't come out the box with my finger going, wagging my finger and shaking my head, and you were being so animated and speaking loud and incoherent at times, and I just don't. Good morning, I am her, and I just don't like conflict, nor do I like confrontation. However, I won't avoid conflict, nor will I avoid confrontation. Because if you confront me, I pray to God that you have already prayed to God to ask Him to give you the words to say, and that I be open, give me the heart to receive the words that you are saying. I pray to God that both of us be prayerful with you giving and me accepting. And so it was saying, confronting conflict. It's so much mess going. It's just so much mess that's going on now. And sometimes the best thing to do with it does not really involve you. Listen, I'm not going to, picking the side and all that. We see how the world is divided. It's the black. It seems like it's black people against it. It's like everybody's against black people. I'm not because we so steady, we so loving, and we are such a forgiving people. The only people don't seem like we can forgive is each other. It's like we could forgive the clear man. We could forgive because we keep going into these hair stores and these people, I don't know what they are. Dot head, net, net dwellers, whatever, they got all kind of names, sand nets, they got all kind of names for them. And then we go to the Chinese, we visit these places where people mistreat us and talk to us any kind of way, but we still keep going back. And the same loyalty, the same what we get on people, we can't even give it to each other. Some of us cannot give it to one another. We cannot. We rather argue with each other. We rather fight. We rather call each other names. And, in the social media world, they call it doxing and doing all this kind of stuff to people. We rather do that. Some of us have blind loyalty to people and to things that we shouldn't even be loyal to. And that being loyal, being blindly loyal to a person can cause conflicts, do cause conflicts. And when conflict arises, the best thing in the world is to confront it. Face it head on. Don't let it fester. Don't let just sweep it under the rug. Oh, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to do nothing. Sometimes you have to confront that to nip it in the bud. And after you've said what you said, and after you've done what you've done, and you made it crystal clear, this is the first and the last time that I'm going to talk about this. This is the first and the last time that I'm going to even confront you about this or even answer you about this. Now you can keep on with the shenanigans, but I dismiss myself. I'm out of it. And when you say you're out of it, be out of it. Don't even listen to the rhetoric. Don't even let the noise penetrate your ears. Because when you start listening, you're gonna want to, you're gonna want what's the word? Because when you start listening to something too many times, you're gonna want to respond. And then when you want to respond, because see, we could write down some things, we could think of some things we're gonna say when I see her or when I see him, when I see them, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say that. And then I feel like when you're a God-fearing person and you striving to, I ain't say being Christ-like, I say when you striving to be Christ-like, and when you are righteous, when you're a righteous person, not self-righteous, but just righteous person, you strive to do things right. You strive to do things in order. You strive not to be confrontational. That's what you I'm gonna talk about me. That's the way I do it. I have to think about it, because sometimes I be wanting to say some things. Oh my God, I be wanting to say some things. I be wanting to type some things sometimes. That's why I had to stop, going on other pages when I hear people say things about certain people. And even when I done heard things about me, you can only call me what I've told you, because a lot of things people don't know about me. They know the things that I have told them about me. They know that I have had whole tendencies. They know that I used to be a drug addict. They know I used to smoke dope, shoot dope, pop pills. They know all of that. They know I used to take stuff that didn't belong to me. They know that I would put my hand in a man's pocket in a minute, and while my friends doing what they doing, I'm robbing the man blindly. They know I done did stuff like that because I have told them about that. Nobody can use nothing that I said about me against me. So I don't get mad when people say things about me. I don't get mad because I'm not a dog getting all foaming all at the mouth. I don't even get angry when people use words or things that I have said to them and they try to hurt me because I told you about it. You wouldn't know anything about it if I didn't tell you about it. I'm not trying to paint myself as this the most beautiful flower in the garden. I am one of the most beautiful flowers, but I am not the most perfect, not the most prettiest flower in the garden. Because I'm flawed. I am not flawless. I lied and I still lie, but I'm getting better. By and by, I won't be lying no more. And if I sit here and say, I don't lie, I'm telling a lie. And the truth ain't in me. I'd rather be honest and upfront to let people know the real me. And when you know the real person, then you that's being transparent. That's being like, well, damn, she done been through all of that, and she the way she is. I rather trust somebody like me than to trust somebody that say I don't lie. I'm just the best thing since chocolate cake, fried chicken, and sweet tea. I think I'm the best thing since iced tea, chocolate cake, and fried chicken. But I lie. I am flawed. I am not flawless. I am flawed. I have a lot of schisms. I have a lot of isms. However, God is working it out. And by the end of this story, by the end of this journey, all of this will be worked out because no imperfect people can go to a perfect heaven. As long as I'm on earth, I am never going to be perfect because I'm living in an imperfect world. I am striving for perfection every day. That only means that I'm trying to be right. I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to live right. And I'm going to call out. If it ain't right, I'm going to call it out. I'm not judging. I'm just making an observation and I'm speaking on what it is that I see. And confronting conflict most of the time, all the time, that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. As painful as it can be sometimes, confronting conflict, it can destroy families, it can destroy friendships, and sometimes when you confront it, it's the way that you confront conflict. You could go in there with a nasty attitude, cursing and wagging your finger and doing the black girl thing. You know how we get all animated. It's almost like we dance, and not I ain't gonna say praise dancing. Sometimes it's almost like we break dancing the way we try to express ourselves sometimes. And it's the attitude you have when you're confronting a person. That's why sometimes you have to stop. You have to pause and think about the situation first. You think about it. I don't say dwell on it. I say think about it. Think about the part that you played in it. Just don't think about what this person done said. Don't think about what that person done did. Look, I'm gonna tell you about me. When something arises, I have to, because I know how my attitude is, and I'm not good at just talking. Cause all that talking to me, that's just a waste of time. You know, when I'm in a when I want to get a point across, and I just want to go. And if you got the attitude like I don't want to hear what you got to say. Yeah, I said and this all. See that messes me up, and then I can't talk, and then my hands be wanting to hit on something, and you ain't gonna stand there and just let me hit you. You gonna hit me back, and then we gonna be fighting. Then we gonna be fighting. But as I grew older, I began to look at things different. I'm an older woman. I ain't got no business out here arguing and fussing and fighting with women who 20, 30 years old, younger than me, people who my age, people who are even 2 days older or 2 days younger. I have no business out here arguing with none of these people. I don't know them. I don't see them. And the people that I do know, they know I don't argue. I don't argue. I walk away. I give warnings and I walk away. And that's the best that I could do for you. But I'm going to confront a conflict because I don't like things festering. I don't like, and then when you get upset, you just burst out. You not even really confronting what you're really angry about, the source of the problem, the real problem, the root of the real problem. You're not even confronting that. You're confronting something else, and an innocent person at work, maybe your child, maybe your husband, maybe your cousin, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle. Somebody else will get something that didn't even belong to them, that belong to somebody else, but they get the repercussions of your anger because you're angry at someone else because you did not confront the problem in the beginning. You ever been to work and come home from work? You come home, it ain't but one, your child. I don't want no dishes in my sink when I come home. I want my house clean. I want my house this. I want my house that. And when you get home, it's just one dish on the counter, one glass on the counter, and the person might have to run to the bathroom or do whatever, maybe just forgot and left the glass on the counter. You come home and you just get all discombobulated, just blow up and have all kind of isms, and oh my God, you just all out of character. You're not angry because the glass is there. You're angry about something that happened at work, something that happened on the way from work. Are you thinking about what Hattie made her said? You just ain't you're not angry at the glass being on the table. Because any other day you would have came home and just asked, who left this glass? Come and put it, you know better than that. Come and rinse this glass out and put it in the dishwasher so it could be washed. Or just wash it yourself. We have to confront things head on. And in the world, conflict in this world, we're gonna have conflict. It's unavoidable at times. We're gonna have conflicts. And in my reading, it said, when something we've done is the source of the turmoil, we should apologize. We should go and ask forgiveness. I don't, if I know, I don't go to a person and say, well, if I done did something to make you stop talking to me and make you feel some type of way, I'm sorry. No. If I know I've done something, so why would I start a sentence off as, okay, if I did something, I'm sorry, yeah, hey, I'm sorry I said what I said. No, knowing that I've done something, then I go to a person and I just say, look, apparently, I've said something or I've done something to upset you. However, I don't know exactly what it was. Whatever it is, I am soulfully sorry. And I'm going to ask you to forgive me for that. My intentions was not to make you feel a certain type of way. However, my intentions was to kind of help you understand where I'm coming from. And if that upsetted you, if what I said, apparently what I said upsetted you, and I can't take it back what I said, if I meant it or not meant it, but it did some harm to you. So I'm going to ask you to forgive me for that. And and it's up to that person to forgive me or not to forgive me. So I have no problem going to a person to apologize or to ask them for forgiveness or anything. I don't never tell a person I'm sorry, because when you say I'm sorry, that means okay, I'm sorry. It could happen again, but if I'm asking you to forgive me and I'm apologizing truly from my heart, I'm never going to revisit that. I'm not going to hold on to that, because I don't hold on to things for long. 72 hours, that's all you're getting out of me. And after that, it's over and done, where I wash my hands and throw the paper towel in the trash. It's a done deal. I don't hold on to things. I let people go, and I let things go. And it's not hard for me. My cutoff game is real good. You could get slick at the mouth whenever you see me. You could say all kind of things. And it's depending on the day or and the time that I would acknowledge. But if I don't feel like acknowledge, you'll drive your damn self crazy trying to get a response from me. Trying to get a response from me. You will go buck wild trying to make me respond to something that you say, because when I say I'm done, I'm just like a piece of cake. You go and stick a straw in that cake, and you touch that cake, and it's bouncy and springy. You say, "Oh, baby, this done now." So that's how I am. I am done, done. Don't hold on to nothing, but uh, confronting it. Don't run. I used to run from things. I used to run from Tampa to Fort Myers, Tampa to Fort Myers, Tampa to get mad in Fort Myers, run to Tampa, get mad in Tampa, run back to Fort Myers. Then God just had to tell me, baby, you got to be still. You got to let some grass grow under your feet. You got to be still. Good morning, Nikki. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, thank you, Miss Ma'am, for being here. Anointed. This is my first time seeing you here this morning. Thank you for joining me, Grand Rising Mildred. Hey, Mildred. Oh, y'all saying good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody here. Thank you so much for being here this morning. This is Magnificent Monday morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. This is the start of a new day. This is the start of a new week. Everything is fresh. Everything is new. Everything is good. So it is your choice. You have the choice today. If you woke up with a basket full of lemons, go in there and make some lemonade and make a lemon meringue pie. Make some use of those lemons. Those lemons are good for you. Lemons are good for you. The vitamin C that's in the lemons. So don't look at Monday as, oh my gosh, it's Monday. Oh, whoa, it's me. No, today is the day that the Lord has made. Why Monday got to be any different from any other day? Monday is the best day ever. Monday is the best day ever. It's the start, it's the beginning of a new week, something to look forward to. And we you know what? We are halfway through the month of September. And you know what? I'm so excited because October, that's my birth month. October the 20th is my birthday. And for me, I love the fall. I love, like, here in Florida, it'll start getting cool around the weather be bearable around the last of this month. And then in October, it starts feeling like really, really good. We have real comfortable days. So I love this time of year because September is ushering in the fall and letting go of the summer. And it's just something about the fall and the winter that I just love. Even though we don't have, like, I know, like up north in northern Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, all of other states, you see the changing of the foliage. You see the leaves change, and you see them change from green to orange, yellow, brown, gold, and it's just so beautiful. See, we have to go to the store and buy that kind of stuff, but it is just so beautiful. And even though our seasons really, really don't change that much, but things begin to become more greener. And the trees, the leaves on the trees, the grass is more greener, the water is more bluer. And it's just something about the ending of a year that just it just gives me so much hope, and it just gives me, it just makes me feel good. So I love this time of year. I love this time of year. And we are almost out of the month of September. Today is September the 16th to be exact. And we only have a couple of we got a few more days to go before it's October. And baby, it's gonna be on and popping. It is gonna be on and popping. I'm telling you. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. So instead of running from conflicts, let's just confront them, and then sometimes you have to respond. And when you're responding uh you know with conflict, there's several ways we can respond angrily. We could respond just standing there and letting the person go off on us, or when conflict occur, it says, what should our response be? Turning to the Lord in prayer is always the best way to respond in a crisis. By doing so, we can ask Him to provide spiritual discernment. Now, I know for a lot of people, when when you're responding to something that somebody done said, God ain't the first person you think about. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. God is not my first thought. I'm gonna talk about me, because I tell him all the time in Sunday school and all the time in Bible study. You're always saying, if you're going through something, call on God. If you're feeling something, call on God. When things ain't right, call on God. And that is the proper thing to do. That is the right thing to do. That is the best thing to do. However, God is not the first thing I think about when I'm going through something. I can say, oh Lord, yeah, but I ain't thinking about God. I'm just saying, oh God, why, oh God. Like it caught me by surprise. It didn't catch God by surprise. It caught me by surprise. And however, I have learned, and I have learned, and I am learning. The best thing when you are confronted by conflict and even responding to conflict, when you walking with God, when you walking with Jesus, when you say if you proclaim it to be Christ-like, being a Christian, being anointed and highly favored, and all of that stuff, like what we like to say that we are, you have to have spiritual discernment. You have to ask God to, Lord. Sometimes you have to, even while that person is going off in your face, you have to have a little talk with Jesus. Lord, now God knows and God perfectly understands. You ain't the problem. You not the real problem. Because it was 100 people said the same thing you said, but you was the one that was picked out for saying it. And it's the way that you respond to that person that's all discombobulated and all out of character. Now they want you to get all discombobulated and all out of character and stuff like that. But see, when you done had a talk with God, and even while you're standing there, and this person just going off, and sometimes I just be saying, Lord, this person don't even know what they're doing. They don't know what they said. Lord, I'm just asking you to order my steps, Father God. Give me the right words to say. Please, Lord, hold my hands and just hold my tongue until this person get through. And Lord, if you want me to say something, I'll say something. Lord, but whatever I say, it's gonna have to come from you, cause right now it's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm lining up the face right now, Father God. I see the face, I got it in perfect alignment. I could go left or I could go right, but if I hit with the right hand, it's gonna be more effective than if I hit with the left. So, Father God, you got to give me the power to be still, and say the right words at the right time, and be very attentive and very vigilant with this person that's confronting me right now. And it could be in your attitude can diffuse a situation to where it don't get as bad as it could get. Because I have done that. And I seen this, we was at work and she was pissed off at me. She was mad at me. And she was in the corner talking to some people. And God had already done prepared me for that because he let me see. He let me see, and I'm standing on one end, and she's over in the corner. And I don't know, I had supersonic ears, bionic ears, and I heard what was being said. However, I did not respond to what was said at the time because it wasn't said to me. They were congregated over in the corner. I'm on the other side of the deli, doing what I do, maybe talking to somebody, maybe waiting on a customer. I can't remember exactly what it was. Everybody left off the floor at the same time. And she got upset because I said, well, damn, everybody going on break at the same time? Everybody done left. Everybody except me and the assistant manager. And he's so scared. He always conflict resolutioner. That's what he like to do, resolve conflict. That's what he called himself doing all the time. So when she came back, she was all mad and I'm going to say this and I'm going to do that. So when she came back, she said, can I talk to you? I said, not with that attitude. So she went and got Andre, and Andre, me and her, and Andre went in the cooler. He said, well, I just got y'all in the cooler so y'all can cool off. I said, well, look, Andre, I have bad knees and the cooler really affects my knees. So if we're going to talk outside of the cooler. We're going to go in the warehouse, in our little area in the warehouse, and then we can have a conversation. And the same way I'm talking now is the same way I talk to him and I talk to her. So I said, okay, now what's the problem? And so she said, well, when I was walking out, you said, this is what I said. I said, first of all, calm down because well, you don't tell me to calm down. I said, okay, I'm gonna calm down. I said, the first thing, I wasn't specifically talking to you. I said, when you left, everybody else had left. People had left before you, and then you left, and everybody was gone. And I said, "Damn, everybody going on break at one time." And I said, "And Andre, what did you say?" You said, "Apparently so." So then I said, "Oh, that's the way we doing this now." So I said, "That's all I said." I said, "Look, I understand there's something got to be going on." I said, "Because you and I never had this issue before." I said, "I heard you and I saw you when you was over there in that corner, and those people were telling you things to say and tell you what do." I said, "I know you come over here to tell me all, to tell me this and to tell me that, wagging your head at me." I said, "But we never had this problem before." I said, "You can always talk to me." I said, "I know you come over here to tell me off, now didn't you?" She said, she started laughing to me, "Yeah, I did." And she said, "Well, I'm sorry." She said, my little nephew just got killed yesterday." So I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I heard about it on the news, telephone, telegraph, tell a nigger." And I heard, people was talking about it. So I had already heard about it. I just didn't know it was her little nephew. And so I said, I understand that. And I said, I get it. And I said, you know what? And I accept how you feeling right now. I said, because I know it is not me, it's the situation. And you and I have never had this problem. That's how I responded to that. And I had already prayed and asked God, if this girl come in my face, Lord, please let me have the temperament not to go off on her because I could get just as hyped as she could. And then you have to have a quiet spirit. Sometimes when things are going on around you, and even when things are going on with you, quiet. People think that means scared. People think meekness means weakness. That's far from it. When you're quiet, you're either anticipating something or you're listening to that still voice of God telling you, be still, let it be. I got this. This is all worked out. I got it. I got it. This not yours. This mine. This battle is not for you. It's for me. It is for me, and I take care of my own. And being quiet, sometimes you have to be quiet. You have to think before you speak. You have to think before you act. You have to think because see, being rash in your speech I mean, that can cause a forest fire so bad it can't be contained. You see how the fires be out there in California, just wipe out whole neighborhoods, wipe out. Look what happened in Hawaii, what last year, 2 years ago, how that one fire just burnt up, seemed like a whole little town or something like that. And that's the power of the tongue. The tongue is just that powerful, or as powerful as that. So sometimes we have to be quick to listen and slow to speak. Because when you speaking all out of turn sometimes and speaking in anger, you can't be like Dr. Heavenly. I'ma say it, then I'ma take it back. No, you done said it and it's out there. It done broke up families. It done broke up relationships. And even if you try to get it back together, it'll never be the same. That person is going to be leery of you. You're going to be leery of that person. You're going to have trust issues. You're going to have doubt when this person says something. Are they being true, or are they just saying it? Sometimes you have to have a quiet spirit. And even in that quiet spirit, you could be praying to God, asking God for direction, asking God, Lord, what is it that I should do? What is it that should say? If God don't say nothing, don't you say nothing. With God say, just be still, let them get it off their chest, because it's not even about you. And I have found a lot of time, and I'm seeing this now. People going through things, a person going through things, and they just strike out at everybody, anybody, because their life is unraveling. Their life is spiraling all out of control, and they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle it, so they lash out. And then you got people that's standing behind them. There's room for them. Yeah, yeah, do it, say it, and just pushing and pushing. And that's really not what they want to do. They're not at peace with themselves, so they can't be at peace with you and be at peace with nobody else. But the best thing that you can do is be at peace with yourself, and don't allow no one to knock you off that pedestal of your peace, of your calm, you know, because calmness in a situation can de escalate a situation when you're calm and when you're not panicking. And then when you're not rehearsing what you done said, because you can rehearse. Because I have rehearsed what she say this, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna say this. Then she gonna say something else, and then when get in front of the person, can't say none of that. Can't say none of what I done rehearsed. And I thank God for that. I thank God for that. And then you got to have the wisdom to understand where this is coming from. Where is this truly coming from? What is the real problem? What is the real issue? What's really going on with the person for them to be acting the way that they're acting? It's not, Eric, when a person come to me with things and they all angry. First of all, I can't understand you in your state of anger. I can't understand, so you're gonna have to calm down and tell me what the problem is. Tell me what the problem is. Tell me what it is that you want me to know. Tell me what you want me to know. And then, a girl who I thought was a friend got with these other people, and she went against me, and she said, um, and I had told her that we were in a meeting at choir rehearsal, and God didn't let me come into that meeting blindly. My spirit was uneasy, and I knew something was up. I knew something was up, and the pastor was asking everybody questions. And she didn't want to say nothing at first. When everybody said something, then it got to me, and I said what I said. And then she said, "Well, Marita, you know, you everybody can't come to you and talk to you. They don't know how to take you." And I said, "That's not my problem. That's not a problem for me." I said, because if you come to me and tell me what it is that you feel like I need to know, I'm going to accept what you're saying, whether it's true or whether it's not. It's coming from you because that's the way you feel. So she went against me for other people. And I just let her know, and I let the other people know in the choir department that day, the pastor, the music director, the choir leader, and everybody. You're phony. I don't do phony. I'm going to say what I need to say, how I need to say it, and when I need to say it. You cry too much. You're too needy. And then you weak. You are weak. You allow people to make decisions for you. And I don't like that. So this is going to be my last day in this choir because there's too much clicky mess going on. And you got to go along to get along. And I don't go along with people that I don't get along with. So you can have it. I'm out. I'm out. And I never went back in the choir. And to this day, I am still asked. Well, Marita, when we're building a church right behind our church. Well, Marita, when the church is built, I'm not asking you right now, but from time to time, if we need help, can you just step in? And when we get into the new church, I would love for you to rejoin the choir because your voice is so needed. You know. And I say, I think about it, but I thought about it, and the answer is going to be no, and it's always going to be um, no. Thank you, Miss Bugs. Thank you so much. I hope everybody, to hit the like button and the share button. And if you're not a subscriber, do that as well. Even the ones that's in the bushes, in wherever you are, hanging off a branch, wherever you are, in a cave. I don't care where you are. Just hit the like button, for me, and share. Lord knows it is hard to do. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm gonna tell you, I had to learn how. I heard a lady. I went to a TD Jakes conference. I can't remember what this lady name, but I always use the phrase. I always use the phrase. We always say something is hard. For me, it was loving people that I did not like. And I always say, well, can I like them first before I love them? Because that's the prerequisite for me. I got to like you before I can love you. And my spiritual mother say, no, that's not a prerequisite. That's a command. It says the last command that Jesus gave was to love your neighbors. And then he tell us that we got to love our enemies. And I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that. I really had a problem. And I used to hear my pastor wife say all the time, I love everybody. And I would say, I don't love everybody. I can't say that because I don't. I really don't. And then, somebody said, well, if you don't love everybody, you don't love God. I said, well, I love God. And I'm being honest. I don't love everybody because I know everybody don't love me. Because if you love me, you wouldn't be sitting talking and having conversations about me. You wouldn't be standing and saying, "Oh, I love God," and talking about people when they pass by, or trying to make a person feel small, or try to make a person look small. That's not love. However, but if that's what you consider to be love, then okay, love. But I tell you, don't love me like that. Love me the way the Bible says you're supposed to love me. I say people use that word love, and I really don't understand if they even understand what the word means. I can't tell a person I love them when I really don't. When I really don't, I don't even like the sight of them. I don't like the sound of them. I don't even like the smell of them. So, love, that was a hard thing for me. And the pastor, he said, well, you know what, Marita, I appreciate that because you being honest. You being honest. He said, I can really appreciate that. And and I asked God to help me to deliver me from you know, uh, not being unlovable, just not being a lovable person, a loving person. I treat people good and I treat people fair and I try to treat people right to the best way I can. But loving people, when I see some of the things that people do and hear some of the things that people I say, mm-mm. However, by and eventually, my heart started getting tenderized, getting tender. God started tenderizing my heart. And my spiritual sister, she said, Marita, she said, let me tell you something. Stop saying you don't like a person. Stop saying you don't love a person. Because God said you got to love them. He didn't say nothing about you got to like them. And he said, she said, you can love them, but not like their ways or put up with their ways. She said, from now on, reframe how you say what it is that you're saying. I love them. I just don't like their ways. And that's the way I see things now. That is the way that I see things now. I love everybody. I do. I just don't like everybody's ways. And I know everybody don't like mine, but that's something all of us have to get over. At some point, we have to get over that. I just asked last Wednesday during the storm, Lord, peace be still and to make the waves behave. And won't he do it? And he'll do it. He will do it. He will do it. He will do it. Or make an assumption about me when you can speak with me, but speak with me, but speak about me. And that's the problem. We're always making assumptions. We're always assuming things. And my daughter had to, really had to straighten me about that. She said, Mama, it's not the way you are. You always assuming something. And it's not the way you always, And so I start looking at situations different. And I start looking at people different because, confronting conflict and responding to conflict, there's ways to do it. And you have to consult God. I am not a religious person. I'm not a religious person. I am a spiritual person. I am a spiritual person. And I don't look for nothing in a person. I don't look for the good. I don't look for the bad because you don't have to look for it. It will surface. People will show you who they are. We wear so many faces. People talk about you two-faced. No, we got more faces than that. We wear a face at work. We wear a face at church. We wear a face when we're with our bestest girlfriends. We wear a face for our husband. We wear a face for our children. And at the end of the day, we don't even know what kind of face we got. At the end of the day, we lose ourselves. You know, so we're going to have to learn how to respond to conflict. We're going to have to learn how to confront conflict. And then the reading for today was loyalty. We're going to have to learn how to be loyal to something. And, loyal, and not blindly. Don't be loyal because this person look good. This person sound good. This person this person done been to hell and back. No, 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 no. That's not what loyalty is. Loyalty is a faithfulness that is steadfast in the face of any temptation to renounce, desert, or betray. Trust, selfless acts of damn, I can't even understand my own right. We have to realize being loyal to a person or being loyal to a thing and ask ourselves, why are we loyal to this person? Why do we do the things that we do for this person? Why do we behave? Why are you so loyal to that person? See, in a relationship, in a friendship, I demand loyalty because I'm gonna give you that as well. I'm gonna be loyal to you as well when you are a real friend. And I'm a real friend. See, because there's not too many things that I'm gonna allow someone to say. There's not too many things I'm gonna allow someone to do with the friend. And I let people know when when I'm in a situation and I'm friends with this person. I'm friends with this person, but I'm all right with the person that having conflict with the friend. And I have to let that friend know as well. Yeah, I talk to her. Yeah, she invite me somewhere I go, but everybody is suspect to me. Everybody got an arterial motive for everything that we do. We got a motive for it. Whatever we're doing, we have an arterial motive for it. And I can remember me and this girl, we friends right now. We may not talk every day, but I can call her and we'll just pick up right where we left off. And when I can tell when something is wrong, when I pick up the phone, when she's calling, I can hear it in her voice and stuff. So she and we used to work together, and they were talking about me at work. And so she said, I like Miss Marita. She said, and y'all know that me and Miss Marita talk. So whatever you got to say, and I'm sitting here and I'm listening to it. She said, I'm not running back and telling anything. She said, I'm going back and tell her because she's my friend. And I don't want her walking into something that's not right. And y'all laughing in her face and talk about her behind her back. So I just want you to know I am her friend and I will be letting her know. So from that day on, we became friends. So they didn't know that she really did tell me, but my attitude towards them did not change. Not one bit did my attitude change towards those people. I just adjust my attitude to where I had them wondering, now do she know, uh do she not know what we said? And to this day, they don't know that I do know what they said. And so when they got ready to start talking about her, I didn't make it no bad or no worse. I said, y'all do know that's my friend, right? And whatever y'all say about her, I'm going back and tell her. And then by her being my friend, y'all can either wait till I leave out the break room or y'all can leave out the break room to finish the conversation that you're having. However, when she clock in, and if you're still here, I'm gonna tell her what you said so you can tell her in her face what it is that you said. Oh, Miss Marita, you so crazy. No, baby, I ain't crazy. I'm honest, and that's my friend, and I'm being loyal to my friend. So we trust people, and sometimes we have false loyalties. Sometimes our loyalty is misguided or misplaced. False loyalty, it represents a real loyalty exists merely based on circumstances and conditions. Sometimes people could be loyal to somebody who ain't gonna give them the time of the day. Don't give them the time of the day. Get in a pickle and see just where that person is. Get in a pickle and see if you could pick up the phone and ask that person for help when you need help. And I tell people, if I don't have your direct phone number and not no burner phone number, no, I'm not DMing you. I'm not calling you on Instagram. I'm not calling you on Messenger. If I don't have your personal phone number, all three of them. If you got three phones, I need all three of the phone numbers. If we're friends, if you loyal to me and I'm loyal to you. If I can't pick up the phone and cry on your shoulders every now and then, because the strong get weak sometimes. The strong get tired sometimes, and they need somebody that they could lean on. That somebody that can prop them up for 2 or 3 minutes. Somebody to tell them, look, it's gonna be all right. If you're not that for me, then if you're not loyal to me the way that I am to you, then I have to drop that friendship. I have to let that go. And some of us, we have misguided false loyalty to people that we shouldn't even be loyal to. Because when push come to shove, in our reality, they just say, I don't know her. I don't know them people. I never seen that person a day in my life. But you loyal to that person, but that person ain't loyal to you. So check your loyalty meter and check it and see who are you loyal to and if they are worthy of your loyalty. Because the God is loyal to us every day. It said the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercy never comes to an end. They are new every morning. Great is our faithfulness. Every morning, every night you lay your head on your pillow, you just know you're going to get up in the morning. You just know you're going to get up in the morning. And it wasn't the alarm clock that woke you up, because the alarm clock could be going off and you still could be asleep. or you could be in that sleep that you sleep that never to wake up again. So it's not the alarm clock that wakes us up, it's that still voice of God, that touch from God, that when he breathed into our nostrils, that's what wakes us up. Just a touch from Jesus, that's what wakes us up and get us started on our way. There's some people that I am loyal to, but I could tell them when they right and I could tell them when they're wrong. And they could tell me when I'm right and they could tell me when I'm wrong. I encourage them, they encourage me. When they're walking on the end of a cliff, I can talk them back over. Nah, nah, baby, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we saying. And I can say, oh, that person grown. I can't tell them what to do. Yes, I can tell a grown person what to do. As a friend, as a loyal friend, yes, I can. And it is my duty to do that. Because if I don't, I'm showing myself not to be what I say that I am. I'm showing myself to be not what I say I am. So y'all, let's confront. Don't walk away from conflict at all times. Confront it as soon as possible. But when you confront it, do it with the right attitude, with the right mindset, with the right heart. Consult God. Have a little talk with Jesus. He'll tell y'all about it. And when you respond, pray about it before you talk about it, and see that your conversation will be totally different when you have consulted God, when you have had a little talk with God. And then when you respond to it, you won't respond to a negative, hateful, vindictive, vengeful way. Have a quiet spirit. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. That'll take away a lot. A kind word turns away wrath. Even in the heated argument, being confronted, still have a good word. Be ready in season and out of season. Be ready at all times. Stay ready so you don't have to get, so you don't have to get ready. And be true to who you are. Be true to who you are. Don't allow no one to dictate your moves. Don't be a thermometer. Be the thermostat. You set the controls. The thermostat sets the control. The thermometer just lets you know how high I'm burning right now. And if I put you on 90 degrees, I'm controlling your emotions. When I walk into a room and you start brushing off lint there, you start moving, can't get comfortable in your chair. I got control over that. I'm controlling your thoughts. I'm controlling your movements. I'm controlling your behavior. I don't allow no one to have control over me. I'm gonna be the same if you walk in a room. If you sit right next to me, I'm gonna speak to you. What's up? Hey girl, like them shoes. That's a nice perfume. What's the name of that? Where you get that from? I can hold a conversation with you. We could talk. We could talk because you're not in control of me. I'm in control of me. And when I feel like I'm not in control of me, I have to remove myself from a situation. I have to warn you. I give you a warning, and after I give you one warning, that's all it should take. I'm walking away. I'm backing back. I'm doing what my grandma say. Ease your hand. Look in the lion's eye and ease your hand out of his mouth while looking in his eyes and talking to him. So just for the day, just for the day, um, be mindful. Be loyal to who's loyal to you. Don't have false loyalty. Be real at all times. Confront whatever conflict that's coming your way. Don't run from it. Confront it and respond accordingly. And remember, today is a good day. It's Monday. It's the start of a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. The start of a beautiful week. Why? Because it's in your control. It is in your control. You don't have control over nothing and no one else but yourself. And it's the way that you respond to everything. And your attitude determines your latitude. So y'all have a peaceful day, have joy, use the wisdom that God gave you, use the understanding that God has given you. And again, this is the day that the Lord has made just for you, just for me, just for us. I'm out. Deuces, peace out. And when I holler, y'all holler back. Holla. Ow. That's all right, Mildred. You're here. Ah, you're here. It does not matter when you came, you just came. And I appreciate Mildred, Sherry. I said what I said. Carrie, Anointed, I thank you for being here. Um, who else is here? Doris Brown was here. Miss Bugs, Lady B was here. I appreciate Nikki for coming this morning. And I appreciate the people that's in the bushes, in the bed, in the shower, wherever you're listening from. I appreciate all of y'all. And I just I don't wish anything. My prayer and my hope is that you hit that like button, hit the share button. And if you want, you can just subscribe. If not, you don't have to. But if you join me every morning, I'm good. I'm glad. I'm thankful for you. And I love you. And ain't nothing that you could do about it that nobody else can do about it. And when I say I love you, I love you. For real, for real. Now I'm gone for real. Holler. And then y'all holler back. Just have the best day ever. Peace out and deuces one more time. That's it. That's all.